everyone, welcome back to Beach Angel Tarot. Happy holidays to everyone. This is the December What is Your Love Story reading. So I'm going to use an opening message from the Seasons of the Yule Oracle that I just got. And we're going to see what comes up for everyone as an opening message for our December love story. So we're pulling in that energy for the collective that is guided to this reading. What is going to happen in their love story for December? God and the angels. And December for me is very magical because of Santa and Christmas. So focusing on our December energy, God and the angels, Archangel Michael to guide and protect our time and space together. Also, if you'd like your own personal private reading, I will put the information below and you can check that out there as well. So focusing on December, God and the angels, Archangel Michael to guide and protect our time and space. What is the December opening message for our love story, please? What is the December opening message for our love story? December 2022. I feel it's this one. And we have family. Ooh, I like that. Thy love is present in the presence of thee, a comforting veil that warms the heart and hugs the soul. So there is a family. Like we're looking at this in our love story, but there is a energy in your connection that brings up the feeling of family, brings up the feeling of home. The love is present at this time and in the presence of thee. So they can feel the love in you. They can feel it there and you can feel it in them. A comforting veil that warms the heart and hugs the soul. So I am going to read from the booklet just to see what else is there. And what message wants to come. It is number 12. It says, there's nothing like coming home for the holidays. Your immediate family are the ones who've known you since birth and have been with you through the boo-hoos, graduations, birthdays, and celebrations. They have been there through the good times and the bad. Sometimes coming home to people who know you well is all you need to chase away the blues of life. So it's like a coming home feeling, because we're looking at this in the aspect of your December love story. So the energy in your love connection is, feeling what's in you when you see them or you're with them of coming home, and them the same with you. There's also family you choose, the ones who, despite the lack of blood relation, have accepted you as one of their own. So your person has, at some level, conscious or unconscious, accepted you as one of their own. And you have done the same for them. True family will love you as you are and won't try to change you. So there is that aspect here coming up for December as well. There won't be anyone trying to change you. You won't be thinking about trying to change that person. The assortment of different personalities somehow fit together, and within this familiar space, traditions and values are born. So there may be some new tradition that you create with your person or is created in your connection. And there's a sense of a familiar space in regards to the connection. This card guides you to honor your beliefs, tradition, and heritage. Now is not the time to improvise, change things, or try something new. This card advises you to return to the basics and build a stronger foundation for yourself. That could mean returning to school or joining an organization with well-established rules and principles, or seeking out a mentor who knows the ins and outs of your goals. You can't break the rules until you know what the rules are. A period of study and observation will serve you well at this time. So there feels like there can be a meaning here. What if that could mean returning to school or joining an organization? It's talking about building now is the time. Now is not the time to improvise. It's not the time to change things. It advises you to return to the basics and build a stronger foundation for yourself. So building a stronger foundation, and it can mean learning more about yourself and the other person. And I'm just reading through this. You can't break the rules till you know what the rules are. So it's maybe learning more about each other. What's okay with them? What's not okay with them? What's okay with you? What's not okay with you? Learning more. What are the rules here? What are the boundaries? Learning more about what's going on in the connection feels like it's coming up. A period of study and observation will serve you well at this time. So there may be some time to kind of suss it out too. Maybe something is spoken or talked about or discerned But there is like negotiation is the word. Like in any family structure, there are rules, there are boundaries, there are like, you know, this person likes this and they don't like that. I feel a sense of that coming up here for our December in regards to connection as well. So let's focus on the love story. As always, I always use this deck. This is there's no negotiating on that. There's always a love story that I use in this reading. December, Spirit. Our December love story. Guys and Angels, Archangel Michael. Our December love story. Number 12, that is December. It's kind of funny too. So, who are you in your love story, or what energy surrounds you in your love story at this time? So, who are you? And it is faith. It is dark and it's blind faith. So, you may be like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I have no clue. There's all these little, looks like little knives around her. You don't know what's coming. You may feel like pain's coming. You may even feel like you've been stabbed. I don't know. In the back, perhaps. I don't know. But there is, who you are and how you're behaving is just blind faith. There is a blindfold. So there is a bit of unknown, uncertainty. You don't know what's going on. Also with the blindfold, I feel like you're navigating with your senses, your psychic senses, you know, your inner landscape, if you will. You're doing a lot of inner work, but I feel like you're just walking on faith and you're going by your inner knowing. It feels like a little bit of a high priestess. So you're tapping into your high priestess and you're just staying in faith of what you know. It's like, hey, I know what I feel, I know what I know, and you're just kind of like hanging out in that vibe right now, primarily, or most importantly, is what is coming up. So what is most important is what will come up, and that's showing that whatever you're doing in the sense of your high priestess energy in regards to your connection is the right way to go. You know, it's the right way to connect, and it's what to kind of rely on, if you will, is the word. Relying on that faith, relying on that inner knowing right now. Where your partner stands in this love story, what's their character, how are they behaving? And we have work. So your person could be working, they could be traveling. We see a cityscape here. Also, I feel with work, there's effort. So this person could be putting in effort. They could be, in regards to the connection, this is like an 8 of Pentacles. And I also feel a sense of practicality, things that we need to get done. Also looking at exchange, like what am I getting back for the effort and work that I put in? Is there a balance? Is an energy that can come from this card too. But there could be, for some people, this could indicate that your partner is away at work, literally. And for others, or both, it can indicate your person, looking at what effort they're putting in and what they're getting back in regards to the connection. Who or what is blocking you from moving to the next chapter in your love story? And it is Cyclist. So I feel like with this, there is movement here, certainly. But when we're looking at it in regards to what is blocking, and we have cycles, we have just that, cycles. We're going, perhaps feeling like we're going around in circles, or we're not getting anywhere, or where are we going? Something that's circular just kind of loops back, right? It just keeps looping back. It keeps looping back. So when we look at it in the aspect of what's holding us back, we may end up back where we started. We may end up back where we started. We don't understand why. So there's patterns and circular energy. So for me, it would be patterns, things that we haven't been able to break out of a pattern in regards to relating or our relationships. So that could be what's holding us back. So there may be a need to look at an inner pattern. What are you repeating? Repeating patterns is coming up with that one. The previous chapter, okay, that was 3. That was who was blocking. So the previous chapter of your love story, what led up to now, and it is loss. So with this card here, it could have indicated that you have experienced the loss, or you're feeling lost or at a loss. There's a sense of grief here. Not having everything exactly as you want. There's a sense of yearning, grief, longing coming up. And so that is what could have happened in the past, leading up to now. So it could have been a breakup. It could have been a separation. It could have been, you know, being at a certain level in the relationship, but feeling alone within it because there's not a deep sense of intimacy or communication within the connection. There's something here that is, you know, when we're at a loss, we're kind of like less than, right? Or we're feeling less than, or we're feeling like we're not getting the full deal, right? So that is what has led up. Something has happened in the recent past that has caused that energy. Where you are in your love story, present chapter number 5, we have wisdom. And it's kind of like the first card with the faith, like who you are and where you're at is in that inner wisdom. We have that high priestess type of energy, and that's certainly what the owl is, really connecting to what you know, your inner knowing, and it's right back to that. It's like who you are and where you're at is the same thing in this one. So you're really tapping into that inner knowing, and you may be trying to find answers, not only within, but maybe from your partner. Maybe you're seeking answers or you want to know something. Al is also the clairvoyance, and she was blindfolded. So there is that high priestess feel here with where you're at, and who you are right now is really much in the high priestess. So you may be not talking a lot. Maybe you've gone silent as well. Maybe you're not communicating, but you're just staying in faith and in your knowing in regards to the energy. 6, the next chapter in your love story, if you can get past the block in 3, which was those repeating cycles and patterns. We have thinker. So this one to me is something that we know, like we'll know, like this person's mind is blown. So you might get your mind blown in the next chapter. I'm going to pull Rainbow Rain here to see if we can elaborate. But for me, this is somebody that kind of lets you know what's on their mind. Or you give somebody your mind. You know what I mean? Like thoughts are blown out. They're like no longer encapsulated inside my head. They're out of my head now. So I've expelled them. So I feel like the next chapter is a sharing of what you're thinking. Especially when we had that first card, it kind of felt like it. Let's ask what is coming up with a thinker. Next chapter, what is the thinker? I want to add to this. And I feel we had deep emotions, and it's funny. I saw this when I was shuffling. Like right when I shuffled, it kind of skipped and jumped, and it felt like it was going to come out. Frozen and will thaw. So if something's been stuck in somebody's head, it's going to come out. Deep emotion. So somebody's feelings may come out. You know, you're going to know what somebody's feeling. Their thoughts are going to form around their, you know, because when I see the frozen and will thaw, it's like the thought forms, you know, they're solid, and I feel like they have been stuck, and they're going to thaw and come out. So the emotion's going to come out in this next chapter. The end of the love story for this period. So what is how this period, it's a month, and we have love. And you know what? It's funny. I'm pretty sure in the last reading, because I thought, oh, that's weird. What was blocking was love. Like what or who was blocking us from moving forward in the last reading was love. And it was like the love wasn't being expressed or shared. And I think I was saying it was the opposite of love is fear. And of course hate, but hate is also like an emotion of fear or whatever. It comes up with fear. It's like, what is that saying? Love brings up everything unlike itself, right? To be healed. This is Course in Miracles. I don't know that I said that in the last reading, but it was something I was feeling when I rewatched it later and was contemplating over it. But I'm pretty sure it was in November's. I'll put a link below. And it was what was blocking. So what was blocking in last month's appears in the conclusion of December. And we see somebody's thoughts kind of coming up. I want to go back and your person with work. I'm going to pull another one for work. For some reason I want to do where your partner stands in this love story. What's their character? How are they behaving? We're going to add to their work energy. So if it's a and we have Emperor, Ruler, and Chat Buddy. So again, the Emperor, Ruler is a boss, right? This is somebody that, this does feel like a lot of work. And if they may be communicating with coworkers, or they may be you know, organizing again, when we say, in regards to, I'm going to keep it in regards to the relationship. I feel like a lot of them may be actually really involved with work. If they're telling you they're busy, they're truly busy. They're working on their job. They may be a boss or something. They may be having to do a lot of communicating for an upcoming job or something like that. But in regards to the relationship, I feel like they're working on their communication skills. So if they're quiet, they may just be being nervous. They may be preparing, because I do see and I do feel that there is something here with the thoughts, like all these thoughts, like what I want to say, and, you know, like formulating it just comes out here. And it was tied to the emotions being released, being thawed. And then the block from last month appears as the conclusion for this month. And I like seeing that. And not only that, the love, right? In the home, in the card, is the family, right? So there is that. And I feel like this person and your connection is really working on establishing that. And establishing, again, like the structure of the family, the head of the home, right? They create, what does I want to say? Not like family rules, family structure. There's more, what's the word I want to say? Not organization. There's more, gosh, I can't think of the word. If I think of the word, I will put it in the description below. There's an absolute word that wants to come through with a feeling, and I can't grasp it for whatever the reason. There is a definite energy coming from all these, and what it's a structure, yes, rules. It's like when you get in trouble, your kids get in trouble, and then you discipline, you know, there's discipline energy coming through here. I don't know why or what it's about, discipline, but not in a harsh way. It's in a, you know, like a family loving way, or a father's way, like a father has to discipline. There is a sense of discipline and structure, and like knowing, so you would know, you know what I mean, like what's going to cause a problem, what's not going to cause a problem. Or there's something here that's worked out, so there isn't a problem, right? I feel like those are going to, so you know, there is no trouble in the connection, not that you're going to get in trouble, but so there's no problems or kinks or repeating cycles or patterns in the connection. So I almost feel like, should I, what is blocking moving to the next chapter? No, I'm not going to do it because it could get into more. In a personal reading, I'd probably go through these and add, you know, layers and more messages, but you get the general idea. There are some things that you're uncertain about and you don't know about. So these things that you don't know about, like what causes an issue, you know what I mean? I feel like you're going to find out what causes an issue. And that person wants to straighten out because they want to indulge or exchange in these emotions. They want to communicate, and I feel like they're working on their what they're going to say or how they're going to say it or what the problem is or the issue. I feel like it's going to come out in December, and you're going to earn it out and move forward or whatnot. But like I said, in a personal private reading, I would layer up and we would find out more about those other ones. And if you'd like your own personal private reading, you can click the link below. Oh, let's look at the superpower for December. What is our superpower? It is rooted. So the root chakra. So if you need to, there's a family again in the home structure. It's kind of cool. So if you need to move or relocate, that could be coming up. If you need, again, establishing roots, putting down roots is what I feel like in this card. Sometimes I feel like it's going up. Sometimes I feel like it's going down. I definitely feel like putting down roots or starting to establish something deeper, establishing something deeper. That is the superpower, being open to and working through establishing something deeper in this energy. So angel blessings to everyone, oceans of love, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, because this is December's, and I will be back for more readings here on YouTube. Hugs, happy holidays.